Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to October. Now, I noticed when I was closing up last time, we have a bit of an issue. Completely out of food. So it's imperative we get the grass planted. Although first, I think I've been neglecting.
Well, hello there. Sure. Taking time to talk to the elderly. How nice of you. You know you come from a long line of farmers, right? Remember your great Aunt Sophie? She once did some digging. And I don't mean for some potatoes. She was more of a writer, and her machine was a typewriter. She researched our ancestry, going back to the Middle Ages. Our family's known history starts around the 14th century. Not here, though. They came to this country later. You can guess the family faced different kinds of challenges through the ages. What allowed our ancestors to persevere was their resilience and ability to adapt innovative farming techniques, as good farmers do. In the 16th century, our family actually established trade routes and became respected in the community. Some of our ancestors might have laid down the stones where today's roads are built. Isn't that a thought? When the Industrial Revolution came, they had already created their legacy. Although your great-great-grandfather was skeptical about tractors. I'll tell you about this another time. Anywho, agriculture became more and more mechanized, sustainable. The farmstead grew and grew, and then the 20th century came. I probably don't have to tell you about the hardships in the 20th century, kiddo. Hope you paid attention in class. When my father ran the farm, it was all about supplying enough food for the community. This farm we're standing on is rather young, mind you. My old man built it over 100 years ago, even if everything looks new. We only did some renovation here and there. And when my son, your father, decided to sit in front of his computer all day, it jumped over to you. My own brother did not really help either. He was too busy with his foolishness of a sugar beet stand in the middle of nowhere, where he only sold sugar beet, nothing else. And here we are now. The farm's yours now, kiddo. Here's to the next 500 years.
I'm sure there must be collectibles, but I'm just... Right, so that was an interesting little tidbit of information. But like I say, those cows need food. We're going to get them going, we're going to build a greenhouse. That's our start of the day. You notice as well, folks, I put the time to plus 10 just to try and get the days. Time 16 is moving a bit slower than I ideally would have liked. I'm going to get this guy on the ceiling again just so then I can use the slightly faster tractor. Yeah, I did notice, I noticed I was showing a bit, you've seen the thumbnail, you know, the sign for the farm that established in 1908. So it says it isn't the original farm, although the family would be quite proud farmers. Take you off. And into construction. And do we go, we've got not bad money, so do we go all out? That would be, I think, too much farm money. Oh god, no. A nice little gap here. Would be like, yeah, it's in amongst trees, which for a thing that needs light. Remember this building I was talking about last time? I wonder if I can... Why does it say it needs to be restricted? Go and have a look down there a second. Oh, see, our wheat field down there is planted. This is our grass field going in. I think down here would be good for a greenhouse. But yes, there is collectibles. They are quite big. And they're worth 10 grand each. That's handy to know. What if I can put this? Oh, I can. Can I sell it? Can, yes. Don't feel like we need it, and also I'm going to make getting stuff off there difficult. I'm going to need, obviously, the forks and the flatbed. Alright, so I'm going to get some water. And get that greenhouse served, and then and figure out how I'm going to feed these cows. Oh, customer, look at the used vehicle section. Guess they really want to get into sugar beets, but I'm not in the position for that at this moment. Not sugar beets, red beets. I'm hoping, looking down there, I'm going to just dunk this into water. There is a trick to create a little paddy field, which actually might be worth doing just for sake of ease. Create a little paddy field you just flood then and use the water from. Maybe a second, I can probably... Let's do it sort of out of the way, because that way I can see there being more greenhouses alongside this one, so if I go to... Here, look. I'll finish I do that. Now, A6, now what you can do is just fill it from here. If I drive in, I'm going to have to flood it obviously. And then we can start. And as well, I think this is entirely free, doesn't appear to charge you for the water or anything. And so let's make a start. This is our first production. Chilies, garlic, lettuce, cabbage, spring onions, strawberries, tomatoes. Which one's going to be worth? Anyways, like check them out side by side, really. Just pick a few. Chilies, for example, 700. Garlic about the same. Napa cabbage slightly less. What the other things? Oh, lettuce, spring onions, strawberries, and tomatoes. Lettuce, now that sells for better money. Nope. Lettuce might be the way to go. Why do I keep going out of the menu? Right, so we're growing lettuce. Because that basically was the best return. Yeah, it's now flooding out. How the water just settles in the tracks once you've done that. It does look really great. I'm going to fill this up now. I'm hoping filling means you've got a few days. I can see us getting two, but I might even stick a second one down today. There's a bit of a gap in between, obviously. There's that one I put down. I wonder if I actually put them like pretty close side by side. I know it's going to be the wall things opposite sides. I'm doing that way, I might as well have it. I see then I need the gap in between, aren't I, for getting the products out. Let's leave it for now. This is where I've made the mistake I've made in the past of Spending too much money too early. I'll come back to you when I've finished filling this bank up. And there we are, folks, that's that done. So, how do that? I'm going to spend some more money. I know you're shouting at me right now, but basically what I'm going to do is rent. Find it. A sprayer. Because I think I can double dose, I can herbicide all our fields, I can fertilize all our fields. If I lease this. Yes. Then I pick up maybe one of fertilizer for now. One of herbicide. I mean, this is a speculate to accumulate ploy, this, folks. Hopefully the increase in yield will pay for the fees. I'm coming down here just because I've not used this. See if we can use this boat since we're down. Wow, look at the fog down here low. The tractor there. I don't see any barges. They don't give you long. What is the weather? Is it actually giving any like tornadoes or anything coming? Because I haven't. Nope, none for a while. It's got a nice clear day all day today as well, which is lovely. We can still plant barley or wheat if we wanted to, but I think with that last field I'm going to wait and put oats in. This is going to put us out. Let's go back up to the shop. I think I'll do the herbicide first. I'll go down and do the barley field, the wheat field. Yeah, I'm loving these extra little features. Stuff like, I say, it's a while since I played a map with the trains. That's something new to me. But, well, not new, but you know, been a while. Having like the barges, I think it's a 2 or 3 on them. Hang on, I'm supposed to be on that side of the road, aren't I? Sorry, went British there for a second. Do not jump if tractor tips. You realise people would actually consider that an option. So, no, sure, no, I was on the wrong side of it. I was about to say he was sat on the wrong side, but I happen to know that's a thing with US postal vans. It means you can step out onto the pavement. Anyway, so actually that's not the road I thought. Oh well, we can still get there. This is this lovely dense woodland here. I do want to do a bit of forestry work at some point, but I'll need the money for like the sawmill. I'll need a log grab for my John Deere. Go us. He's on the correct side. Stop sign. Need money for Stein. I need money for so many different pieces that I think we need to make some more before we start beginning big spending plans again. This looks like stables. Yeah, it's like a horsey place. A lot of posts going around today. So hopefully he shouldn't be far. Yeah, he should be able to get that finished fairly quickly. So I'm going to do the herbicide first. What I might just do then is, I wonder if I can get the AI to pick up the other stuff for me using the trailer. The trailer is empty, obviously, because it's no longer got the bales on it or anything. I just need to hope. Hopefully we're able to mow that field next month. At least I can get some grass to give the cows. It's not going to be great silage, but fuel, I'm doing okay, I think, at the moment. It's too tempting for me to fuel it every time I'm near. It's like, I don't need to. Let's hope this guy can lift this without wheeling for me. Should be able to. It's a pretty big heavy tractor. That's the fertilizer. Sugar. That's okay, we can run with that. Doesn't actually change what we're going to do, just changes the order we're doing it in. Looking at the map, see the best way to get. Probably the quickest way is straight across my farmyard, to be fair. Good old Hickory Brook Farm, I believe it's called. I didn't realise that until I read the sign that you guys have seen in the thumbnail. These extra little lights. Now I'm hoping this will be enough. I'm in first stage of growth, so I shouldn't destroy the crop if that's not changed. And then from there she'll be able to just... Oh god, it's an SUV, that's definitely going to try a silly overtake. So did you folks enjoy Grandpa's little story to start the day? You know, I'd start just having to do that if I talk to him before we get out on the fields. I'm loving the bone there. They're hinting at that means it's going to be like fish farming. Here we go. Right, I am not the best at this, I will openly admit, so this should be interesting. Luckily it doesn't appear to be using it too fast, and if I come to... Okay, I'm actually killing the weeds while I'm driving, which is interesting. Christ, I think I'd turn off so I could actually see what I wanted to see. If I get all these fields fertilised up, I can come back round afterwards and herbicide them so they don't grow weeds. Which I got all the corner. I know I'm here fertilising useless grass, but anyway, I shall catch you when this is done. As you probably gather, I am terrible at that kind of job. Always have been. Anyway, so I've set an area up. Gonna fertilise. So meanwhile, I'm gonna take this guy and go and pick up the fertiliser and the herbicide. So this grass is apparently now planted. Apparently, but yeah, it looks pretty good. As you can tell, I'm doing a real good job putting all my machinery away at the moment. He might run out before I get back. If he does, I'm just going to have to deal with it. No, I probably will fuel this guy up actually while I'm near there. I really wonder if I should reconfigure it. I don't really want to use it as a grain trailer. I might reconfigure it as a flatbed, then I can load it to the side easier. Obviously any herbicide or fertilizer I don't use, I will just keep. And like I say, the farmers around here aren't doing a much better job than me. The weeds there really have taken over. I have a feeling he's growing weeds. Train, I'm sure we'll get to use the train for selling at some point. Yeah, if I reconfigure this as a flatbed, I might service the tractor while I'm here. I know being on hours, it will cost more and it will degrade faster, but I really don't have the funds to face it right now. Unless there's anything. Nope. But yeah, I need the extension mod so I can have more items in that shop. Just having 3 or 4 really doesn't feel good. There we go. $125, wow. Glad my car don't cost that to fill. And then pay you. Customize you. You can't actually fully flatbed it, that's the best you can do. Bed that back in. Okay, so it will disconnect it, yeah, that's no biggie. Now doing that, haha. Come on, please tell me. I'm sure I've seen you off. Oh, we got tractor dancing again. I'm sure there was some way you could fold the sides down, but I must be thinking of a different one. That's not what I wanted to come off. Ah, yes. Got 800 litres of fertilizer and a full thing of herbicide yet. Now it's got an angle. Yeah, that's not going to work as I wanted it to. In real life, you'd just push it along and the trailer wouldn't move like that, but I always see it as like contracts for harvesting, stuff like that could be sowing. I've got seeds and all that. We're going to let go of it. Come on, let go. Guess I'm just not quite straight enough on, that's what it's really not liking, so probably my fault. Also I get pretty far forward and it's not gonna hopefully cause the trailer to wheelie too much. Oh, look at the message saying he's out of fertilizer, so I'm taking that as a positive sign. And I know you wouldn't normally fertilise an empty field, but it's just while we've got the equipment to do it, it seems to make sense to get it all loaded up. Oh, what was I saying? How far we got? Looks like he was on his last tour. Pretty much was you. And then we can deal with that. The trick is going to be make sure it fills up with the fertilizer, not the herbicide. And you never know, we may have our first pallet of lettuce pretty soon. I think the best month to sell it will be like January, so if we can get a few in by then. And you can actually, at least with the that field, you can see what he's done because it's changing texture. I know, driving on the field, but the question is going to be though, are we going to be able to get him to, he's not going to want to like restart again, is he? I'm going to have to, what I'm going to do is jump into this, hold him up. And go right to the rest of the fertilizer. I went right in the wheel tracks to where it was. A bit lucky, realised he's just resumed there. No, I think he's going to go back to the centre again, is he? Oh no, he's lined himself up, he's realised. He's now blocked by me. I just want to see if he finishes that field. You know, so he'll need to do the grass field. Or I'll do the grass field. And after that we can do the herbicide. Look, because there's new contracts now. Hang on, isn't that Grandad? Does Grandad own his own farm nearby and he's just like... Must do. So our money's gone down again after me saying I didn't want to spend anymore, but there you go sometimes. You know, hopefully everything we're doing will mean the payouts get better. Please don't follow it up. Not doing that's good. At least with this one I could be able to see what I'm doing, and it is a smaller field. Yeah, you can definitely see the colour difference now that you couldn't on the other. 140 litres a minute. You don't realise, you know, it doesn't look like a lot coming out the back of me, but that is a lot of water, a lot of fertiliser in this case. And I'm guessing if I herbicide that, it'll hopefully prevent the weeds from growing in the first place. That's what I'm hoping for. Certainly how it used to work in 22, so I'm hoping that still applies. Come on. I know if you're using like, if we get, try we get like cow manure, we can use that. And with that you can do double application two at once. Now I've never, really, you never seem to use a lot of it. You don't make a lot, and by the time you get to the point that you're making a lot, you have to have a lot of animals. You're basically at the stage where you have that many fields. It just never seems to catch up. Don't fertilise the cow. Oh man, have I managed to... God, I could be in real trouble here. Oh. I envisioned that being an absolute nightmare. Like I say, once we've done this, we'll go back down, we'll herbicide them all. And looking at the timings, that could be it for the day, because this new timescale I'm running definitely seems to have sped things up. So we know at current rate, one thing of herbicide, once we get fertilizer, just enough for the farm. It's we're going to have like, of that original IBC, we're going to have 15% left, if we're lucky. We'll just spin this now and get this last corner. And over to the last little bit. Okay, that cluster's mulch, that's weird. I wonder why this course only got a mulching thing on it. I said it didn't mulch. Mulching's one of them things in the game that I don't think it's ever really been worth its time. It promises like a small yield increase, but it is literally a tiny yield. For what can be quite a lot of time and effort. Right, so control item. Unload it or just I? Hold it in first. Didn't know enough space, it's only 300 litres. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it with herbicide, and then we're going back. I might as well do this in reverse order actually. I'll go and do these first class as weeds grow. These lime. I'm rolling. Well, if I herbicide it now, will that prevent weeds? I hope so. We'll see, it's worth an experiment. If it doesn't work, then I'm just wasting money. If I turn weeds on, what's it tell me? It tells me nothing on. This is what I can't see what I've done and what I haven't given the same colour scheme as the fertiliser will have been. Now then, in theory, if I follow my tyre tracks from last time, I should just about get it right. Those these where like tram lines come from in real life farming. Once again, I'm going slightly over the edges, but I'm not overly worried. So our first little greenhouse, hopefully the start of, hasn't got a pallet yet. Damn. Guessing the wage bill was just a little bit of the last hour. I'm saying I'll pay myself. Even if it was only $6 an hour. I know, I think it was Chainsaw 100 used to always do this. Used to plant and immediately herbicide. But I think it must have done what we needed to. What I do is once I've done this, I'll go and fill back up off the IBC again. And then do currently unplanted field to the side of me here. I'm trying to keep a rough mental note of where. I think that should be about it. I'm possibly slightly overlapping. See there, some of the AIs feel terrible for weeds. But nobody can ever go at me when you look at what they're doing. And they're supposed to be the computer. I'll do this one, and I'll throw us on a time lapse for doing the second one. Hopefully this should cover most of this field. It should do, it will do, I know it will do. I just hope the game's working as I want it to, and this will be enough. Alright, I'll get this reloaded and then we'll catch you on the other side.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die. Hey, swing those hips around. Can't stop, roll back down. My ladies, short, tall, thin or wide, always down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Whether you're ready or not.
There is something really oddly satisfying about watching the weeds insta-die when the herbicide hits them. It is one of the great bits of games. Something I don't do a lot, 'cause I play with weeds on a lot, but I just tend to weeder them at early stage. Because really, I think you've already lost the yield once you get to this growth, because obviously they won't disappear. They just won't grow anymore. Anyway, I've just had a brainwave. Now, I was thinking after this episode of skipping a couple of months, so I might not do that, because I'm thinking obviously we still don't have cow food. That's a problem. If I take on a baling contract, and what I'm hoping is, as you guys well know if you're regular players in the series, whenever you take a contract, you always get given a little bit at the end. Usually you sell it, make a bit more money. If I take on a baling contract, try and literally sell as little, the bare minimum you need to sell to the contract, and then I give the rest to my cows. I mean, hopefully it'll be a silage contract. I'll have to see what's available. I'm hoping there will be contracts like that available in November. I'm afraid that isn't a guarantee. Yeah, that's just a quick thought of mine, just as a way to try and increase the amount. Obviously, just find a way of making sure we've got food for the cows for winter. So hopefully, the way it's going by next winter, we're going to be a lot better prepared. I actually think I even need to use our line, and I might need to, looking at that. I'll take me lined up with that one. I realised about halfway through that second field, I was worried like hell about missing bits, and I was like, hang on, if I just turn the steering assist on, that'll keep me right. For some reason, it just didn't occur to me until very late on that was a possibility. That's be why, it's just the way your brain works, I guess. Yeah, this makes sure we don't miss. And then, like I say, next time we'll look now. There is quite a few. Okay, so they don't actually say mow it. That's interesting. Mowing is now a separate contract. But literally, we wouldn't even have to mow. We we could steal their baler. Hang on, it's not saying take them anywhere, so I guess that means once they're done, to just leave them in the field. I think. Maybe I'll then just leave you a couple. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that one out. It's certainly it's worth having a look at, and it's also going to give us a chance, because it's going to be a while till we're doing any bale wrapping, and it's a chance for us to at least see that. We must use herbicide at different rates. We seem to be, although I don't know if we're not, because that's killed the weeds, but they're still showing us there. If we go to last week, see their fertilization, we're all on one stage. It's worth a try, I'll see, assuming this contract, I mean, we're getting to November. The game still officially lets you cut grass in November. There's no reason why it won't let us do it. We are going to miss a little bit just over there, aren't we? I want to just try and make sure I've got as many as possible. Like I say, the future of this series and this farm kind of rests on us maximising what we have now, because it isn't a lot, but it's more than nothing. I'm going to give them a second layer of fertilisation, which I can do. Also, that's going to mean I'm going to need to put narrow tyres on one of our tractors, doesn't it? Well, the JD's quite a prime candidate for that. I assume it's a lighter tractor. Give me weight. 5 tons versus nearly 10, so yeah, like half the weight. And that there is that done. So what I'm going to do is make the mistake of lowering it. So I'm going to take it back to the farmyard, unload the herbicide. We can just keep that in a shed, return the machine, and that'll be us done, folks. I say that field can be sorted into the spring now. It's in the best condition it could be. Pop that out. Turn that. 0.6 hours, that's good. And that'll be the end, folks. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out the rest of the channel. There's some amazing stuff in there at the moment. Real great progress going on. And we shall see you next time. So until then, I'll see ya. Goodbye.